What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Gooners Therapy. Dandagooner here, previewing Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest, 12:30 at the Emirates this Sunday. I'm going to go through what lineup I think Mikel Arteta will go with now. Before I do that, guys, if you could just please like and subscribe. It's going to mean the absolute world to us. Like I said, we're a new channel, so even one sub I get from this video, I'm going to be over the moon. So anyway, let's get into it. I think now the defence, right, I think it picks itself, guys, right? Let me know in the comments if you think that I'm leaving anyone out. You know, perhaps maybe you think Ben White's back and he should start, or Lewis Skelly, or the new guy, Hanakape. Hope I'm saying his name right. Anyway, so I'm going to put it up on the screen here. As you can see, David Raya in goal, Mr. Reliable. I think it's going to be Jurgen Timber right back. Of course, he was excellent in the last home game against Leeds, getting 2 assists and a goal. Ben White is back from injury, but I think he's got the starting spot right now. Listen, Ben White is always a 7 out of 10. I hear some people, you know, disrespect Ben White. Listen, he's still a top right back, and he's a great player to have in the squad. Anyway, Jurgen Timber at right back. Mosquera. This is where it gets interesting. Christian Mosquera, 21 years old, coming into the Premier League. He did excellent against Liverpool. He was like a duck to water. I was really pleased with what I saw, and his attributes are very similar to Saliba's, but this is the Premier League, and listen, I'm not too concerned. You know, a few years ago, we all remember Rob Holding coming in. We were top of the league with 5 points ahead, or 8 points. I can't remember exactly what it was now. I'm still scarred from that season, of course. But Rob Holding, there was no disrespect to him. You know, you served Arsenal well. You did your best, but the drop-off was magnificent. It was a mighty drop-off. I don't feel there's going to be that sort of drop-off now, you know. There was never really anyone to come in for Saliba last season. You had Kiwo, who came in and did well on the left side, but we didn't really have a ready-made right centre back. It was Timber was actually filling in a lot. So, you know, and he got quite burnt out playing right back and centre back, and we know about the injuries last season. Anyway, Christian Mosquera is what he was bought for incidents like this, and I think he's going to be fine with Gabriel next to him, an experienced Gabriel. For me, the best pound-for-pound defender in Europe. Let me know if you agree in the comments. And then left back, of course, Calafiori. I think he's been excellent this season. I thought he did a great job against Mo Salah, and I just think he's really growing into that position. I think he's cemented it as his position now. So yeah, that's the back five. I think it could become a famous back five. It picks itself. In the middle now, this is where it's going to be interesting, because this is what I think he'll go with. Probably what I would like to see, but I'll show you on the next lineup, which I wouldn't be too disappointed with. But I think sort of Zubimendi got an assist for Spain over the weekend as well. Always really does play well for Spain. Guys, he's only had 3 games for Arsenal. He's not been excellent, but he's not been rubbish either. So I think he starts this game and hopefully can have a good game. So Zubimendi will go there. And I think it's going to be Declan Rice, who got 2 assists and a goal, which is really good to see. He is not a CDM. Everyone's saying we played CDMs against Liverpool. He's not a CDM. He's not. He's not played there now for 2 seasons, right? That's not his position. Partey was playing there before, and Zubimendi plays there now. Declan Rice is a box-to-box, left-sided midfielder. So he'll be there on the left side of the midfield. And on the right side, I think it's going to be our captain, Martin Odegaard, with a new look, guys. He's shaved the hair off. Sometimes that's all you need. It's a new fresh trim, and something changes in you. We see it sometimes, don't we? So I'm hoping, you know, he scored for Norway. They look really good. They had a massive win, and he's also got 2 assists. So it's good that he's you know, got goals and assists. His confidence is really good. So Martin Odegaard for me, and I think he's, you know, people calling for him to be dropped. I think he's Arteta's guy. He's his manager on the pitch, so I can't see him not starting. Now on the left, I think surely now it's time. It has to be Eze. Surely even Mikel Arteta, you know, his patience has run out. Because even me as a positive fan, I have blind faith in Martinelli. But I have to say now, I think his time is done. Perhaps even at the club. But as a starter, for sure, it's got to be done. Eze has to come in on that left. And on the right, Madueke, big him up, man. What a performance for England against Serbia. He was excellent. I thought he was decent against Andorra too. But to get the goal was really good, and he took it so well. So let's hope that he can continue that form against Nottingham Forest. And then the main man, Victor Gyökeres up front. A lot of talk about this guy, a lot of slander on Gyökeres. The same people that were saying Arsenal just need a killer, you know, they just need someone to put the ball in the back of the net. The same fans that wanted him to sign for their clubs, Man United fans in particular, now all slating him off. I saw them slating him off on the overlap about it, like he looks like he plays with, like he's wearing jeans. And then I saw a same clip of that guy before saying he's like going to be the best striker in the world. So, you know, give the lad a chance. He's got 2 and 3. I hope he goes and gets 2 goals or even a goal against Nottingham Forest. And then, you know, it's going to look good. And if he can score one against City the week after, wow. You know, the whole narrative will be different. I think he's there to score goals. Simple as that. And I believe he'll get goals. And if it is just against the Forests at home, the Leeds at home, the West Ham's at home, teams like West Ham, who we lost to 2 seasons in a row at home because we couldn't eat our dinner, couldn't finish our chances. If he's there and he does that, we win the Premier League, it's all good. You know, it's all good. So yeah, that's the first lineup that I'll go with. I'll just show you the second lineup. There's only one change that I think possibly, maybe. I don't think he will do it, but you could have Odegaard. Look, he only came on for 20 minutes for Arsenal, but he's played for Norway, so I'm assuming he's fully fit now. But look, Mikel Merino, we have to consider Mikel Merino. The guy's fresh off scoring 4 goals in 2 games for Spain. He does really well for Spain. He played with Zubamendi at Real Sociedad. They play really well together at Spain. If you haven't seen the hat-trick, guys, go and watch the hat-trick. It's some of the goals there. He was arriving in the box like prime Lampard. And I do think there is a situation where perhaps we need to get more out of Mikel Merino. We know he's got them instincts, right? Everyone's saying that we played 3 DMs against Liverpool. It's just not true. Bryce is not a CDM anymore, right? And nor is Merino, right? He came in as maybe as a CDM, but more as just a straight midfielder, an old-fashioned midfielder. But for Spain, you know, he arrives late in the box, he scores goals. We remember that goal he scored in the Euros. I think it was against Germany. He went up front. What defenders go up front, you know? People saying we started with 6 and 7 defenders. That whole narrative against Liverpool, you know, it's a really lazy narrative, man. But does he deserve a chance? Let me know in the comments. Does Mikel Merino deserve a start? Whether it be in front of Odegaard, whether it be in front of Declan Rice, you know, just let me know in the comments. I think look, personally, I wouldn't do it, but I would definitely get him on. If we're at 60 minutes and it's 0-0 and Odegaard is having a stinker, which he has had a lot of them, if he's had loads of stinkers, Odegaard, right? So if Mikel Merino, who's fresh off a hat-trick and we need a goal, then get him on, definitely. And listen, if he did start, I wouldn't be totally against it, you know. There's always the option, of course, of bringing Rice back into CDM. I don't think he really wants to do that now, but there's always that option if Zubamendi's not playing so well. Norgard, I'm not sure. I'm waiting for Arteta's press conference tomorrow. I'm hoping that he can at least be on the bench as well. But yeah, let me know what you think. Who would you start? Give me your scoreline predictions. Do you think GYOKERES is going to get a goal? And yeah, it's such a big game for Arsenal. Like I said, with Liverpool playing Burnley, you know, we've got such a big game the week after against Manchester City. It can only be a win. It really can only be a win. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I'm predicting an Arsenal 3-0 win. Now, obviously, the interesting thing is they have a new manager, guys. They have Ange Postecoglou when it was Nuno. So I'm sure Arteta would have been thinking, right, you know, they're going to sit in, they're going to defend, we're going to have to like come up with solutions. Whereas now, I'm not sure he'll be thinking that. Of course, Postecoglou against Manchester United in the Europa League final surprised everyone and played totally different. I've never really seen him play like that, and fair credit to him, he got the job done. It's just, for me, it's a strange appointment. If I was, I thought, honestly, when I heard the news Nuno was gone, I thought that's going to be Jose Mourinho. That's going to be Brian Clough part 2. Could you imagine it? Jose at Nottingham Forest. Wow, they would have loved him there. But, you know, with his ego and with Maricanas' ego, the owner at Forest, wow, it probably could have been a nightmare, but could have been a match made in heaven as well, you know. You just think they're in the Europa League. Could you imagine it? But, of course, Ange gets to defend his Europa League now. But yeah, I mean, I think he will tweak it. There's no way. I can't see him making his team play the exact same as Nuno did. I think it's gonna benefit us. And I think, you know, I was going for a 3-0 win before I heard the news. I'm still going for a 3-0 Arsenal win. And then, of course, a week later, guys, we have Manchester City. Now, look, that's another big game. And what I want to say about that game is, Arsenal fans, especially you negative ones, when you watch that game, right? Now, listen, we're all allowed our opinion, right? And I do this show with another guy called Dan, my good mate of mine. I call him Negative Dan. He's Arteta out, I'm Arteta in. So listen, don't not subscribe because of me, because you can watch our lives and there's guys who think the same as you, right? This is the whole point of the channel. We're 2 guys that have got 2 different outlooks on football, in particular when it comes to Arsenal and Arteta. So yeah, so guys, like and subscribe if you can, please. It's going to mean the world to us. But for me, you know, this whole thing about Arsenal playing like negatively. Listen, if we're going to do that 2 games a season, against Liverpool away and perhaps Manchester City away. Perhaps. This year, I think we'll actually go for it away against them, right? And last year we did. We were winning, right? We had to defend because we had 10 men. But like, and I wouldn't say we approached the game against Liverpool negatively. I'd just say we wasn't as, you know, we wasn't on the front foot. But I'm a season ticket holder at Emirates. There's not been one game, and tell me if I'm wrong, where we've approached it in a negative manner or where we've not been on the front foot. You know, there's been games where we've been sluggish against the lower teams and we can't break them down. But listen, that's us still probing and trying to attack, right? But there's never been a big game against Manchester United, against Newcastle, against Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. There's never been a game. Tottenham, there's never been a game for me, you know, that we've never gone for it on the front foot of the Emirates. So correct me if I'm wrong, but there just hasn't for me. Manchester City last year, 5-1, dismantled them, you know. Real Madrid, 3-0. The season before, I remember beating Chelsea 5-0. You know, there's been some good scorelines at the Emirates. And any time I'm at the Emirates, we're always on the front foot. So, you know, there's a couple of games this season, away games, where we approach it a bit differently. I don't think that's naive. I think that's being smart. You know, how many times did we go with Wenger? And, you know, I'm still scarred by the 1000th game of Wenger's losing 6-0 to Chelsea because we just went there and just played right into their hands and they just picked us off. But anyway, enough of the PTSD for myself. Looking forward to the game this Sunday, 12:30 early kickoff. Saturday. I don't know why I'm saying Sunday. It's a Saturday, and I'm happy it's a Saturday. We've got so many Sunday kickoffs. But yeah, again, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Scoreline, prediction. What's the scoreline going to be? Arsenal, for me, it's going to be 3-0. Let's hope we can get the 3 points. Thanks for watching. We'll be going live every single Monday, 8:30. Me and Realist Scooter Dan, we're going to be going live 8:30 every Monday. And we're going to be talking over all of the Premier League games. Obviously, mainly focusing on Arsenal, but we do have special guests such as David Speaks Football. Go and check his stuff out. Man United fan and a good friend of ours. Anyway, thanks for watching. Speak to you all soon.